Hey guys, welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. Our guest today is Ebraheem Samadi, a visionary entrepreneur and obviously friend of the show, star of Netflix season 2, Dubai Bling. We are so excited to have him back. Thank you so much for being here. Pre-breakfast too, are you okay?
I'm okay. Coffee is enough for now.
3 coffees, it's like what, not even 9 a.m. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Post-show, what has the reaction been like since it aired?
Well, first of all, you guys know that you guys are my favorite, right? That's why I keep coming back. So when I come here, it's like coming.
You're our favorite.
You know why? Because I feel like I'm coming, like really like I'm coming to my friends. It's not an interview. It's like all chill.
It's just me and you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it dropped.
It
4
dropped.
days ago.
It dropped. You know, we were like all anticipating it to be like in November. So everyone who asked me to come to my cafe, I'm like, it's coming November. We weren't sure about the dates. Then, you know, for the whole Palestinian issue, we had to kind of delay it until it just wasn't the right time, you know, war and everything. So we had to release it. Like it had to be released this year. Like we cannot wait until next year, you know. Released and started, same thing happened last year. Comments and this fan after that person, this one wants to say this, everyone wants to know like spoilers, and it's just like
just for anyone watching right now, there might be spoilers because we have to ask questions about so much specific stuff. Yeah. Everyone in the room behind there has seen the show.
I can see them.
Yeah, and they all were like, oh, they left their desks and they want to come.
I can see them. I feel like they're all over there smiling. I feel like a show animal, like I'm in a cage.
So Masa's going to put you under the spotlight.
Feed
with her
me.
Questions.
Bring me the food and feed me.
This is what it feels like to be a zoo.
I mean, everyone were like, oh, we're going to leave our desks. We just want to see Ebraheem. I'm like, yeah, of course, you're welcome.
So sweet. I love you guys.
So see guys, they're all like, oh yeah, Ebraheem is here, guys, Allah. It's amazing, just like,
you know, someone once asked me, they told me, you know, how is it being, you know, a celebrity or famous? I'm like, I still don't believe I'm a celebrity. That hasn't hit me yet, okay? But there's a lot of plus and minuses in this thing. And, you know, life is a fine balance, so you don't always get what you want. You don't always expect what's going to happen. But one of the things that is worth all of the headaches, the drama, the endless hours of filming, and the things that go behind scenes is when you walk into a room and you see people smile.
That's true.
If they like you or if they don't like you, they're still going to smile because you came out of the show.
Yeah.
You know? Especially these days when I go to the gym, people come up to me and they're like, I just saw you on TV literally 20 minutes ago and now you're in front of me, you know? So they don't necessarily have to be your fan to smile, and that smile means everything to me. You know, it puts me in a positive mood. I never saw someone look at me and like, you know, they're always smiling, they're always happy to see you. They think it's just like, you know. So.
But can I say though, like Netflix is huge. At the moment you're trending around the world. What do you think you need to feel like a celebrity?
I don't know. I think I kind of don't want to see myself as a celebrity because my mom has always raised me to be humble.
Which is good.
And I think that a lot of times, I mean, I know a lot of celebrities are humble, but the majority are not, you know?
Yeah.
So I always like want to ground myself, say, no, I'm just like everyone else. I'm no different. I'm the same. So it's just, I think it's just my mentality and the way I think and the way I convince myself about things. I don't ever want to make myself feel superior than anyone else, you know?
Yeah, we were just talking about that, you know, with Shah Rukh Khan's news. And because celebrities are actually people. So it's amazing as well, your aura, and I think maybe your energy just radiates through the show. You know, you're very funny, honestly. And you're just like very, I would say, humble, down to earth, and real as it could be.
Yeah, you know, I don't plan things. So a lot of times, like, you know, some of our cast, when they're going into the confessions, like, how should I say this? I'm like, say it as you feel it.
True.
Don't fabricate it, because if you notice, all of my fans are all Gen Z. Why?
Yep.
Because Gen Z, they know what's cringe. They know what's been fabricated. Like, there's like, in the whole show, there's probably like 1 line or 2 lines that I probably thought of to say, and they picked up on it.
True.
They called me out on it real quick. They're like, you planned that in the mirror. I'm like, how did they know? Because they see so much content.
That's true.
There's so much involved, and honestly, it's like you can't get away. You cannot hide from them. They smell when you're fake. They know when you're trying to cover up. They know when you're upset. It's just.
How do the confessionals work? Because obviously some of the best one-liners come from the confessionals. So You don't plan all of it. I genuinely thought there's a teleprompter for you guys.
No,
Feeding you the
there's
lines.
not. There's not. We record for a very long time. That's the thing. So we record sometimes. I think everyone else's confessional is probably like an hour. Mine is like 3 because the cameramen need to compose themselves after I talk. You know, or when I say something, or when I spit out coffee, or whatever I do that's crazy. You know, sometimes I have them crying. Sometimes I have them laughing. They're on an emotional roller coaster. So they take bits and pieces of like where they feel that you were being honest and where they feel that that was correct. You know what I mean? So it's not teleprompted at all. And for me, I'm actually the worst thing for me to do is to read something from a teleprompter because it's gonna come out as I'm reading.
True.
I cannot fake it because I have this thing where it's like what you see is what you get. You know, I'm upset, you can see. If I'm happy, I'm happy.
Want to jump into the show?
Yes.
Let's go deep. Let's
right
kick it
in.
off with the wedding. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I just want to ask on the having a local wedding on a Netflix show. Was it important for you to show the world what a local wedding looks like?
Well, that's the whole thing. So the whole reason why I was on the show is I wanted to send messages. You know, one of the messages that I was very clear about in season 1 is that boys and girls, take care of your mother, take care of your father, take care of your parents. There's nothing wrong with having a relationship with your mom as mother and son. There's nothing wrong with taking your mom everywhere. That mama's boy thing needs to be squashed, and there's nothing wrong with being a mama's boy because taking care of your parents is a part of our duties as children. So I mean, as the kids of them. So the thing is that when it came to my wedding, I wanted the world to see what is an Arab wedding. Season 1, we got Chris Fade's wedding, but it's very Western, I wanted the people to understand that what is a true Emirati wedding. So that's why, I really had to negotiate with my wife because my wife did not want it online at all. She was like, I want it to be as peaceful as possible. I don't want any issues. I don't want anything that is going to make my wedding any less than what I deserve. So I said, okay. So I decided that we're going to show as much as we can. Because, with the Emirati weddings, it's separated. Sometimes men are even a different date, even a different venue. So we managed to have our venue on the same day, but in the next ballroom. It was very small, just like to the close men of the family. And I think that people around the world watch Dubai Bling to see that cultural aspect of Dubai. No one's interested in seeing another Western wedding because we've been seeing it for
so long.
all these years,
Yes.
So they're interested to see how it works. And we tried to highlight as much, but everything was very tight in time. It was for me, it was an emotional roller coaster because I had to be Ebraheem on Netflix. I had to be a husband. I had to be the wedding planner because Favreau's did the whole wedding. So it was a lot for me. I didn't sleep for 48 hours. But yeah, we pulled it off.
And we thought we would get to see your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people ask me it's the most question I keep getting is about my wife. And as what people don't understand is that my wife, the reason why I was attracted to my wife, which she was my friend before, is because she's not on social media. When you're involved when you're in social media and you see every person that you can possibly think of, but yet you see a person who's very conservative and very different, very cultural, very close to who my family is, I was like, this is the person that I want to live the rest of my life, is because she doesn't care about how many followers she has. She doesn't care about what she'll post today and tomorrow. So I saw that being unique,
Yeah.
And I was attracted by that because it's rare.
As well, they say that opposites attract.
Yeah. People are like, how can you go in a mirror, take a picture of your body, but yet your wife is not? I'm like, that's her decision.
That's true. That's
what you guys don't understand about in the United Arab Emirates and in the Middle East in general, there's still so many families that are conservative and that believe that they don't want to be. It's not that their parents told them. My wife's family are not alive. Her father and mother are not alive.
Oh,
so it's not that she's doing it because of her mother and father. She's doing it because
she believes in it.
She believes in it.
Yeah.
She believes in working low profile. She believes in being modest. It's her decision. Hello, it's her decision.
But it's
they
good
don't
to
understand.
respect that.
Is it but what then? Therefore, shout out to your wife because was it a bigger compromise for her to kind of have the wedding still filmed, even though she's not showing her face, and then obviously the celebrations after? Is that difficult for her?
It was because the thing is that when Netflix films a wedding or something, we have a board outside that says this is being filmed. And in Abu Dhabi, women, because they take off the hijab, they're like, no, no, thank you. So we didn't want the invitees to leave. You know, I was actually scared that because people know that Netflix is going to be there, they're not going to show up. But we actually almost had double the attendance that day because we had some wedding crashers. I guess the hotel. So the hotel guests knew that Dubai Bling was being there, and they just came. And I could have stopped them, but I said, you know what? It's our wedding, and let everyone to be happy. So I let them to come in, and they enjoyed. And I got the bill afterwards. But anyways, that's another story. But it's most important that everything went smooth. And yeah, so my wife knows what she was getting herself into. She knows that she's marrying a person that's on Dubai Bling. She knows that these things are going to come. She's handling it very well. And honestly, I love her more day by day to know how much she goes through
so
for
cute.
me. Yeah,
I mean, that's adorable.
and it's about, I've always said this. I've always told people, I'm like, guys, like when you get married in our culture, you know, because you know you don't date before you get married. You know, you meet the person and you're engaged for the intention of getting married. It's the opposite of what happens in the West. It's just the way we do things. So you actually kind of fall in love after marriage more.
Okay.
It's because when you go through these, you know, hardships, and we go through, we call it in Arabic mabadi, which is situations. You know, you see like, wait, I made the right decision. You know, and it can also go the wrong way as well. So like someone can see, you can see the other faces. So I remember, like, you know, my dad told me, he asked about me once to someone. He was like, what do you think about my son? And then the person said in Arabic, "Ma na'raf khayra min sharro," means that
we don't know the good.
We don't know the good from the bad because we didn't experience it. So you can't come and say someone is good or bad until you've actually spent time with them, because their true colors come out in hardships.
That is true.
You know, are in good times. So if they have something going on, have they invited you to their happy events, or they only need you when they're in trouble? So it takes time to get to know someone.
Was there any drama that has happened during the wedding?
So this is a very important point, because with Arab weddings, there's always drama. Okay. Arabs are very dramatic, very. Yeah. Especially when you have two different cultures. So my family is very Western, her family very cultural. So I kind of designed the wedding to filter as much drama as possible. So I've actually separated the groom's invitees from the bride's invitees. So they're actually across the hall, across the dance floor. But there's one very important thing. Regardless of how beautiful the wedding was, regardless of the design, the decor, the location, everything, every single person there came to us and told us the vibes was absolutely beautiful. And that only happens when the invitees actually love the couple or love the person. So people who love me really love me because they understand me as a person. A lot of people, they don't understand me, and when they get to know me a little bit more, they just get to understand my character, because I'm not your average person. You can't sit there and say, okay, what's your star sign? And then you can put me in a category of Capricorn or whatever it is. So people know me, they understand me, they love me. And people know my wife, they understand her, they love her. And when you have this love, the wedding, the vibe, the energy just becomes positive. So everyone was happy. And I know everyone's happy when when the servers and the hotel hospitality says food is done. Like everyone ate. So everyone ate. You know, like everyone's happy. They stayed longer.
That is true.
A lot of people come and say, okay, they came, they took a picture, and they leave. Yeah. So that was very nice. I was very happy about that.
It was a really beautiful wedding, so congratulations. Not to take away and to say that there was no drama, but you obviously had a celebration after the wedding, and LJ said, I think this is too many celebrations for Ebraheem.
I think she's just jealous I didn't marry her.
Could you imagine?
Well, speaking of that, did she say yes after the proposal that she got?
No spoilers. You want to get me cancelled from Netflix before they
No, but because, you know, we saw like how when she got proposed to, she was like, she panicked and she freaked out. She was like, oh my God, this is too much for me, and so on.
If you ask me one of my favorite characters besides, you know, my bestie, it would actually be LJ. LJ is, she's so funny to me. Like me and her, like we didn't have a lot of scenes together, but we always joke about it. Like, especially we had dinner like 2 days ago, and she was like, she told Farhana, she's like, Farhana, you really think your dates, like me and Ebraheem's dates was the best. We had the most cringy date in the history of television. I'm like, yeah, that was so funny. Like, she's like, my daughter she's still watching and laugh about it, you know? So me and LJ, we have that that friendship that we just joke about it all the time. It's just because it was like we're both shocked to see each other. Like I didn't expect her, she didn't expect me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was like the whole intention of that date is to be cringy, but it was just funny. Like
Yeah.
it was so awkward.
No,
it was so awkward.
It was to be honest. It was like very awkward from her end, and from your end, I remember watching that episode thinking like, oh, what is gonna happen next?
Well, we sure made that restaurant famous because the team at Atlantis, they're like, everyone calls the restaurant now the restaurant that Ebraheem and LJ had.
I want to go into your besties. Let's start with Besties Cafe, Danya, first of all. So, like every single storyline in Dubai Bling, we have question marks for.
Yeah.
So, I want to ask you about Danya's decision to not tell DJ Bliss about her shoe line. Do you think that was right?
She didn't even tell me. That's I don't. Let alone her husband. That's one problem.
How does someone do that?
She didn't tell me. I was shocked. I was like, "Wait, we're business partners. How do you not tell me? Like, this is something you have to let me know." But yeah, so I think she just like Danya is a very competitive person. She wants to always show that she's capable. That's why she has that personality. But I think she didn't tell her husband not because she wanted to keep it a secret, but she wanted him to be proud of what she's done more than anything else. You know what I mean?
Bestie response.
But but do you think like DJ Bliss's reaction to Danya's shoe line was fair?
I think it's just for him. It's not the issue of the actual shoe line. I think he was just more concerned about the timing. Is that because he had his event? If it was me, if it was I had an event and my wife decides to launch something right before my event, I'll be upset also because it's like, you couldn't wait until after. Like you had to do it right before.
So Bliss came in to play peacemaker between you and Zaina. Do you think? I think Zaina was ready for forgiveness. Do you think you entered that conversation ready to be friends?
If you watch Dubai Bling again, you're gonna find out something that I apologized for the situation. I never apologized to her. She makes herself superior. If you notice what she says, she keeps saying, "I'm apologizing." I'm not. Even from the speech, I apologize for the situation and not apologizing to her. But she takes it as an apology to her because she has that behavior of like she wants to show herself superior. Even on the third time that she claims that I apologized to her, I did it. And when she came to the cafe, I said that you're a guest in my cafe. I have to be kind to you. I can't ignore you. When I sat down with her, I said, listen, if you want to put this behind us and you want to be on the train, you want to go forward with us as a group, you're most welcome. If you're not, you're not. So I never really apologized because I didn't do anything wrong. She came to my cafe, I came and put her in her place. It's simple. So I apologize that the fight happened, but it wasn't in my control. I said what I had to say to her. The thing happened after I turned my back. You know what I mean? So she's very much loves to say like, oh, he's apologizing, or she says, oh, he shakes when he sees me. Excuse me? She makes the narrative herself, and she says it very strong. Some people who are weak believe it. But those who are smart and who go back and say, wait, who are you?
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself to Ebraheem. Ebraheem is self-made. He's been working as a businessman since he's 14. Why you try to belittle him and put yourself superior to him? But it's just her way of speaking and the way she kind of perceives herself and she shows herself. So the people know that Ebraheem was born to put her in her place.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I got to figure out, like, I know when we first saw each other, when we first met each other, I didn't know her before Dubai Bling. So I looked right in her eye and she looked at me and we both knew that this is going to be
it's going to go down.
Because I understand when someone walks into the room, because as a businessman, we learn these kind of like, I'm the lion. Like, don't try me. We get this behavior. We walk into a room, we walk in with our chest. We show this. So she did that to me.
Sit up straight.
She did that to me, and I was like, can't do that to me. Nah, not working.
You mentioned making your own narrative, and I find the plot lines of these shows so interesting. Who on the show is creating their own narrative? Like, we look at Bliss and Chris.
Yeah.
What's actually going on there?
That's actually an old drama that I don't know why it didn't come up in season 1. I think they're probably left it for season 2. The thing is that I'm kind of torn between this because Chris wasn't my friend before, but I got to meet him on the show. He never did anything wrong to me. Marwan's a very close friend. He's like a brother. So I'm kind of torn in between. It's like, this guy didn't do nothing wrong to me, but yet this is my brother. Of course, I have to take a stand for my brother, but it doesn't mean that I have to also hate that person or dislike that person, because Chris actually didn't do nothing to me. So me and Chris have a very respectful relationship. I literally want the best for him. Like, someone contacts me and needs his contact or wants something, I forward it. I generally want the best for him. And I'm not taking sides in this conflict. I know my brother Marwan is hurt by what's happened between them, but I believe it's something that they need to figure out together, and I don't need to be involved because I have nothing to do with it.
Did Netflix help create that storyline? Because it looks like it's all bliss and Chris isn't really aware.
It's something from before, this is for sure. From what I heard, it's not created. This is an old drama. That they actually, I think when they were being casted, this was in the they knew that it was there. Just like Farhana and LJ had a beef from before, and this was known before casting, that these two have an issue, which people forget that I'm the one who bring them together.
Okay.
So every time I see Farhana and LJ hugging each other, because I'm like, listen, sponsored by Ebraheem.
Sponsored by Ebraheem.
Like, if it wasn't, they were gonna tear each other up. You guys don't understand the drama that they had in between. Like, the drama that Farhana and LJ.
What caused it?
They were very close friends. They were very close friends. They had an issue. They had a social media war. Someone commented, someone did something, someone fabricated something, and they hated each other. So if you debate Bling first 2 episodes, you know, and if you notice, like, Safa and Zaina were actually adding fuel to the fire.
That's true.
Remember that sit down and like they were like laughing and like making it, you know? I don't like that. Like, listen, I'm all for drama, but when it comes to the drama is actually hurting and affecting someone's life, there's a red line.
Oh.
My drama is to be funny. It's to be funny, it's for a laugh, but it's never to make someone go home and cry or be hurt. That I won't accept. It's just an entertainment for me. So I didn't like how they were. And I constantly, it wasn't just Zaina and Safa, it was actually other people as well that were adding fuel to their hate, to their issue, and that hurt me, and that's why I decided to come and put them together. And now they're best friends, like they are inseparable, you know?
Do you think Safa and Zaina's friendship is as strong as they want to make out on the show?
I think they are. I think Safa and Zaina are close, and I think also that the show actually also bring them together because, you know, they did their research. Okay, and what I mean by research is if you go into Google and you say, how do you succeed on a reality show, is that just find someone and attach yourself to them, because what happens in reality show is that the cast, they always want attention. So if you're really good on the camera and the camera loves you and you have so many fans, whoever's next to you is going to be jealous that you have that attention, you know, or you have a very good charisma and you naturally attract people. So you're gonna have people doing cheap throws at you because their personality is a lot less than yours, you know? And that's exactly what happened to me, is that they're attacking me because they know that no matter what I say, I'm gonna get people's attention. You know what I mean?
Or where.
So what they did is that, listen, like, in order for us to be successful, we have to have someone that has our back, because you're not gonna get the cameras come film you by yourself.
That's true.
You need to have someone with you. So that was their plan. I believe so. And this is just my observation of what they did, because I don't think they're as close before, because it's simple. Go into their Instagram, look at previous videos. You don't see them together, but now they're suddenly all together. You know,
and they make good TV.
So who would you say is the least problematic from the cast?
The least?
Yeah, the least.
Legit Amran.
Yeah, she is.
She brings us together. Even in one of the episodes, she goes and she says something like, you know, Ebraheem, I defend him, and he's like this and like that. For me, I didn't get mad, because it's like I felt like, you know, my older sister is talking. So
she's mom.
Older sister. She's not that old. She's so beautiful. Like, every time I look at her, I'm like, I wish I aged like her.
What was your best moment of the show?
The moment I saw my wife without her scarf.
That's so sweet.
Because then I fully saw her. You know, like, people don't understand, like, what's the idea of the hijab. The hijab, you know, if you look at the woman, when you see her with her hair, you see her complete.
Yeah, that's true.
So I never had this person was in my life for 2 years, and suddenly you see them complete. It's a different feeling. You know, the Netflix team, they were very very much interested in seeing that part. So we really had to do it very carefully of like how we're gonna do it because the cameramen are mid, so they can't see her hair. So we had to have her. We had to literally choose a venue that there's a stairs where she can stand, where the camera is not seeing her, but I can see her. So there's a 1 second of me seeing her for the first time, and I'm so happy about that because my children get to see
so
that
sweet.
reaction. Is that I
is
look and
actually
I'm just
so
like,
sweet.
I literally have
That is
goosebumps because you are
actually so
so
sweet.
right that we see Western weddings all the time, and it's very rare to show the meaning behind local traditional weddings here. So it's so beautiful that you
Yeah.
guys
It is.
made that happen.
yeah.
So
And my dad, I was there obviously, so seeing it again on TV, every time I see it, I cry because I remember my dad crying, and people are like, "Why is your dad crying?" I'm like, doesn't every parent cry? Have
they're
crying from joy when they see, because obviously they see my life flash in front of them. Like
Of course.
this kid, I was holding him in my hands, and now he's getting married, and he's growing, and all my hard work has paid off.
Actually very proud for me.
You'll be looked after now.
Yeah. So speaking of, we spoke about your favorite moment at the show. Do you have any regrets?
Any regrets? I'm a person who doesn't really have regrets because I believe everything happens for a reason.
Good.
We build on, we learn from our mistakes, and I think the balance of life, we have to do some things that are wrong in order for us to understand what's right, and it's part of balance. But if I was to say, I do regret, going actually into Zaina's office in season 1 because it's really not me. I'm not the type of person to belittle a woman. I've always uplifted women. Women were always my priority in life because of my mom. I always supported her. I was always, in Arabic we call a sanad, which is a back for her. So it's not to my attribute to do it, but I did it because I felt attacked. I was bullied in high school by similar people of similar personalities of Zaina. So for me, I remember those bullies that used to bother me, and it's just this defensive mechanism that comes up automatically. It's an automatic defense mechanism system that comes into place when I see that personality again that was there to attack me and to belittle me. But it's not me. It's not my character. I always like to bring the best version out of people.
That is true.
And that's why I decided to do the Besties Cafe, because I told Danya, I'm like, Danya, she did her vlogging, and she had her she had a few little businesses, her cat business, whatever, but there was never an actual company that would welcome customers, an actual location, an actual business trade license. So I wanted to elevate her so that she knows that the possibilities are endless, And when we first opened the Besties Cafe, I remember like she came in, I wasn't there, my employee, because I was traveling. My employee was like, boss, she came in, she was crying. Because it's an achievement. You walk into a door of a business and you see customers and they're buying something that you thought of, and you feel that you've accomplished something, especially when you have employees and you know that these employees are being, their families are being fed from a door of business that you've helped to open. So it's very rewarding, it's very motivating.
So speaking of business, do you think friendship and business work together?
Does it?
Oh, okay.
Really does it. However, doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
Yeah.
Because I believe that there's no rock that you shouldn't turn.
Yeah.
You don't know what's under it. And I believe that you shouldn't justify someone else's experience and you shouldn't justify someone else's experience of your own, because they might have not been able to succeed, but you can.
Yes.
So you have to try. It's just like you have a concept, you have an idea, you're not gonna know till you try. You'll try, you'll fail, you'll build, and you'll do it again. So one of the famous things that keeps me going is like the story of Abraham Lincoln, since my name is Abraham in English. I read his story. He had 72 failed businesses before he became the president of the United States. That's beautiful.
Amazing.
So he learned from his mistakes and he continued, and he can. So you have to try, and you have to leave this negative things of saying friends are not work, because there is businesses that friends did together. That was like Facebook, I believe. Mark, what's this? Zuckerberg. He did it with his
college roommate.
College roommate. So if we
That's
went
true.
on that, then one of the biggest companies in the world wouldn't have been made.
You know what I love? I love that we came for tea, and Ibrahim has shocked us once again with so many wise words throughout the
Yes.
show. We have gone so much over time, but I have to do a quick fire round of questions with you.
Yes.
It's going to be hot or not, but first thing, Dubai Bling season 3, is it happening?
I don't know. It's a question for Netflix.
Let's answer that. Okay, we're going to do hot or not with Ebraheem Samadi. First of all, Danya's bangs.
Danny's what?
Bangs.
I was shocked about that. I never saw that before.
Okay.
I think it was a wig. I think it was
Oh yes. So if it's hot, you
Okay.
just like.
So not for
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
oh,
So
what is
Danya's bangs, hot or not?
it? No.
Okay.
I didn't know it was her. I'm like, there's a Japanese person on the show. I swear to God, I looked twice. I'm like, Danya, she looks at me because we watched it together. She goes, but it was like funny. Like
Those fashion moments are amazing. Like
Yeah.
shout out to everyone because they bring it.
Yes.
you saw the one with the watch?
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't-
it's all over TikTok.
I didn't see it.
It's all over
TikTok. I saw it on TikTok
Yeah.
because I saw when I saw her, I saw this thing,
Yeah.
and then someone zoomed in on it on TikTok. I'm like, wait, I never noticed there was a watch there.
Yeah. See, Gen Z just knows. Yeah.
They're so
Alright.
funny, really.
Well, Farhana's matchmaking, hot or not? Not.
Mm-mm. It's not her. It's not her.
Someone will come and meet her and
Yeah,
Sweep her away.
she's gonna. I see her love happening by probably the collaboration she's doing, and then the person that she's collaborating with, the company will fall in love with her for the side that we see that you guys don't see,
Yeah.
which is like she has a really funny side that you guys don't see much of, you know.
Safas Camouflage outfit.
What was
That
she
was
thinking?
hilarious.
No, it was hilarious. Okay,
Yeah.
so not because first of all, Safa, wherever you are, the color is wrong, Mama. In India, that is camouflage for a different climate. Okay, you went
Yeah.
to a forest where it's green, but you were wearing the wrong camouflage. That is for the hunters in America when they go hunting for deers. Okay, so get your camouflage colors right because it was off. And you know, she obviously walked up and she's like, "She's not camouflage. I can see it. She's right." That's why Fahad's face was like, "What the hell is this?
Yeah.
What the hell is this?"
She made a good point. Women are doing it
Yeah,
around the world. It's
Yeah,
selling
but
out.
I don't know. For some, I saw the part on TikTok, and I'm like, is it real? Is it not? So is it real?
What is real?
Like her actually, like, did she actually think that she is gonna be camouflaged?
I think she was just trying to be funny. Like knowing
It's the
Safa.
funniest moment.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing Safa, she did not. I mean, no person in their right mind would actually do that. But she was trying to be funny, and I have to give it to her. She was funny. She did make me laugh, but that's about it.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Lujayna Amran's clothing line is a hot.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
I really loved. You know, Lovin Amran works with passion,
Yeah.
and Lovin Amran. I don't know if you guys know this about her. She is a perfectionist. If you're ever invited to her house, that's the house you want to be invited to every day.
Yeah.
Because to the cutlery, to the things in the bathroom, the towels on the right side, the correct type of soap, you know those type of places? That's what Jen Amran. Like
Okay.
she thought everything through. And she thought it through with a very and you look at her and she's like it's like almost like, is she a robot? Like how is she so perfect? I'm like, can you give us classes? Like
So it's a wow.
so wow.
It's a wow.
Yeah.
DJ Bliss's concert.
I danced my ass off. Can I say
Okay.
ass?
Simran was
Yeah.
there with
Yeah.
you. You guys had a great time.
We had so much. We were dancing together. So it was a big proud moment. If you saw me, I got on stage and I was putting the flag. Like it was like, you know, it's our territory. We got this, you know. So it was amazing. I'm so proud of him. Really, really. Like there's no Emirati DJ that has ever had the whole Coca-Cola Arena concert for themselves. It's a big proud moment.
Are you happy with
Let's
her?
make a poll. Do you think it was
Well-
cringy? I think everyone says it's
We
cringy.
could do a poll right there.
I love seeing myself on camera. I think, guys, can we talk about my fashion?
Yes. we
Can we talk about your fashion? Where does it come from? Green hair, suits.
So basically, the whole green hair thing was that Mona Katan had her Kayali event, and she wanted us to have pistachio. And I went to the mall and because I don't have anything pistachio, you know, I wanted to really support her. I wanted to be there for her, and I couldn't find. If you saw like the pictures in my phone, everything was pistachio, like inspiration things. I couldn't find it, so I finally had a shirt. So I put the shirt on, and then I was like, you know what? I want to go out. I want to come actually all green. like Hulk.
Okay.
But then I was like, the Netflix team was like, we want your face to show and blah 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 because it's an important scene, whatever. So I said, okay, I'm gonna do my hair green. So I thought it was pretty cool. People thought I was a joker, but
Where do the suits come from? Because honestly, like they're incredible. Are they local?
a lot of my outfits this year was from Michael Cinco, which is a local-based designer, which I'm super proud of. And the thing is that if you go into my closet, you're gonna be shocked at things that you'll see. But this year, I wanted to wear a Dubai-based brand so that way the whole world knows that we can compete with Paris, we can compete with Italy. And actually, to be honestly, if you look at some of the pieces that Michael Cinco makes, you cannot compare it to yours. It's even better because this is local talent. This is someone that is not being inspired by any other designers around the world. It is clearly things that comes from his mind,
They are giving. We've literally got 15 minutes over time, but we
50?
15.
Yeah, 15.
I was gonna say
Ebraheem Samadi, the star of Netflix season 2, Dubai Bling, absolute legend. We love you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming back,
you.
guys. That is all we have time for the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye.
Adios, amigos.
Goodbye.
Ooh.